Next question. Let's see. That's funny. I'm gonna answer this one last, and I'll go to the next one. Why do you cheat? I think I kind of addressed it in the last question. I cheat because there are things that I want. Y'all know that I'm a party planner, so I'm always at a party. I'm always in an event, and the first time I cheated, my favorite chef was catering this party, and I wanted to eat. I did not want to not eat his food, and I didn't want to be at work all day for 10 hours and then have to sit in the event for another 4 hours and chomp on my lettuce and spinach. I'm just real. That's what I didn't want to do. And then, like I said, I like having my cheat days because it helps me stay focused. I don't feel like it's the end of the world or I can't have this or like, oh my God, I want to eat a taco or tortilla chips. I know tortilla. I ain't never met a tortilla chip I don't like. Um, just whatever. It keeps me from feeling deprived. It helps me to stay on track because I know eventually I can have what I want, and it's fine to have that in moderation. And I will say this I didn't mention, but whenever I do cheat, let's say for instance I want a piece of cake. Um, HCG, I don't know if it's the HCG or if it's the actual food that you eat when you're on protocol, but it seems like your stomach shrinks and you have less room. So if I want to eat a piece of cake, maybe before I would have had a piece of cake that was this big, and then on my cheat weekend it's that big. So I'm still having what I want, but I'm having it in moderation. And so I think it's helped me a lot with my portion control as well. So anyway, yeah, okay. Last question. This is funny. How much do you weigh? Ah, y'all know I would never tell that. If you go back and look at my very, very first vlogs, I told y'all I was like, I would never, ever, 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 ever tell how much I weigh. I'm very open and honest about the weight that I've lost, the inches that I've lost, what my current goals are, when I mess up, when I gain, and all that stuff. But actual telling my actual weight, I'm not going to do it because I don't want my dad and my husband to know how much I weigh. And the only way that they will ever, 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 ever know what I weigh is if I get sick and I'm in the hospital and they steal my patient information board. You see this face? It's dead serious. Um, I will tell you this though. When I began HCG, I weighed well over 220 pounds. I was heavy. I had lost my waistline. My stomach was further than my boobs, and y'all know I got some big old boobies. So for my stomach to be out past my boobs, I was on some serious stuff. I had all kinds of back rolls and fat rolls. It wasn't a good situation. My arms were a lot bigger. And you can hide things with your clothes and when you put on your Spanx and your girdles, but when you take it all off and you're naked, bam, there it is. And you got to deal with it. And I didn't like what I saw. Um, I didn't. I was very unhappy with how I had let myself go. I had a surgery and I wasn't really able to work out anymore after the surgery. And then once the doctors approved me to be able to work out, I just, it was like discouraging. Like whenever you're like, wow, I used to, if you're like, wow, I used to be able to run 3 miles and now I can only run half a mile and I feel like I want to die. Um, it's just hard. And then something else that was hard for me, this little journal here. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's kind of scratched off, but it says food journal. You see it? Tracy found this. It's an old food journal from 2006. Um, I was eating under 1,200 calories a day. I was working out 5 times a week. 3 of those days were 2 days. I was doing weight training. And from the beginning of August to the end of October, I only managed to pull off 14 pounds. 14. And most people say, oh, that's really good, 14 pounds in 2.5 months. Okay, with ACG in 4.5 weeks, I lost 28 pounds. And then it's not even the weight. Let's go into the inches. On my waist, in those 2.5 months, I only lost 2.5 inches on my waist. only lost 2 on my stomach. I don't have my book in front of me for my first round, but I remember vlogging about it. I lost 6 or either 8 inches on my waist. I think maybe 6. It was 6 inches my very first round of ACG. And then I think I lost like 8 on my stomach. Crazy, right? Um, so for people that say it doesn't work, it works. Oh, okay, here's my bicep. I've lost like 3.5 inches on each arm to date. 2.5 months, point five, point five. Y'all know I was working my ass off. And when I say I never cheated, because when I put my mind to something I'm serious about, I never, ever, 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 ever cheated. I never had results like this. And basically what would happen is I would work and work and work, and I would do really good for about 4 months. And I would just get so discouraged from the results that I wasn't getting. In this case, this was a 2.5 month period. I would get discouraged, and then I'd stop. And so basically for the past 5 years, I have lost and gained the same 15 pounds. Lost and gained the same 15 pounds. I would get to that 15 pounds and never get any further. And then after I had my surgery, it was like 15 plus another 20 on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. So it is so nice to have something that actually is working for me, that I can see results, that I can see big differences. It feels so good when I go out and I run into people who haven't seen me in a few weeks, and every time they see me, they go, "Oh my God, you're still getting smaller. You're still losing weight. You look so good." That I can pick up the tape and measure my waist and see the number like a dramatic decrease, not like a little, not working my ass off for just an inch. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, a lot of us that are doing the protocol, not all of us, but a lot of us are extremely overweight. And a lot of us have gotten to the point where we're so far overweight that it's changed our figure. I've seen some people, it's changed their faces. I've seen when they've lost the weight, it's like, oh my God, you can't even barely recognize who they are. It's affecting some people's health. There are people on high blood pressure medication, high cholesterol, pre-diabetic, kidney problems, all kinds of stuff, and they do this diet and it fixes all of them. So a lot of us are doing it for different reasons, but it works, and we're all meeting our goals. And it's so nice to be like, wow, like, the first time I put back on a size, 14 pair of jeans, this was a couple of months ago, and I was like, dang, I was like, there are literally jeans in my closet that I hadn't worn in 3 years, and when I started, so I was like, oh, my goal is just to get to a size 12, and I'm like, oh, I think I want to get to a size 8, and I want my waist to be 28 inches, because I feel like it's actually obtainable. So if you doubt the diet, you should not, because it's me and several other, at least hundreds of people on YouTube that have done it, that have had amazing results, that are having amazing results, and that will have amazing results. And I'm hoping that in the next, I think I got 70 something days left now on the new exercise regime, that I will continue to have dramatic results. And if y'all have any more questions, of course, inbox me, call me, text me, whatever. Yeah, and thanks so much to my BBM group. I love you guys. They keep me so motivated. They just help me tremendously, and they teach me so many things. And that is an awesome group, and I made some really cool friends on Facebook and on YouTube, and it's just nice to be with other people that are doing this, and so I never feel alone. Even if I'm the only person that's here that I know physically that's doing it, I've never, and this is honest, y'all, it's never been one day that I felt alone, that I'm doing this by myself, because this is such a tremendous support system. So thank you to everybody. Happy releases to everybody. And if you're in P4 and you're maintaining, happy maintenance. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.